I will never forget that afternoon. It was the day my world scattered into a million pieces. I just wanted to pick up my phone charger from Benita's room. She was staying with us, in our home. I didn't even knock. Why would I? It was my house, and she was like a sister to me, helping me recover after I gave birth. The moment I pushed the door open, my whole body froze. A cold shock ran down my spine, making it impossible to move, impossible to breathe. Jackson, my husband, my love, my everything, was on top of Benita. My best friend who I trusted with my home, my baby, my life. I just stood there, my mind blank, looking like a mad woman. My heart felt like it had stopped beating. I thought I was going to faint right there on the spot. At first, Jackson didn't even see me. His eyes were closed, lost in a pleasure that was supposed to be mine. But Benita saw me. Oh, she saw me. She looked straight into my eyes and smiled. A smug, wicked smile. Yes, she actually smiled and continued what she was doing with my husband, right in front of me. That smile broke me more than the betrayal itself. She held Jackson tighter, her eyes locked on mine, as if to mock me, to show me who was in control now. When Jackson finally turned and saw me standing by the door, his face went pale with shock. He scrambled to get up, but Benita, with that same evil grin, dragged him back down, refusing to let him go. A scream tore from my throat, raw and full of pain, echoing through the house. "Jackson, what is this? What are you doing?" I cried out, my voice cracking. My knees felt weak, like they were about to give out from under me. A sharp pain shot through my stomach, as if the stitches from my C-section had ripped open. Tears streamed down my face, blurring my vision. Jackson finally jumped up, fumbling to cover himself. "Bala, I can explain," he stammered, his voice filled with panic. Explain what? What could he possibly say to explain this? That he was sleeping with my best friend, in my own house, in a room just down the hall from where a newborn baby slept. Explain what? I screamed, the rage and heartbreak making me tremble. Jackson. In my house. With her. I couldn't stop the tears. The pain was unbearable, a weight too heavy for one heart to carry. Benita, on the other hand, sat up on the bed, casually pulling the bedsheet over her body, her face a mask of cold composure. "Bela,
calm down,"
she said, her voice dripping with ice. I stared at her, dumbfounded. Calm down. "Benita, you're sleeping with my husband." My voice rose to a shriek. "You came here to help me take care of my baby, not to steal my husband." She just rolled her eyes and smiled again. That wicked, soul-crushing smile that filled me with a fury I'd never known. "You should have been taking care of him yourself," she said slowly, deliberately, enjoying every word. Jackson knelt on the floor, a towel wrapped around his waist, his head bowed. "Bela, I'm so sorry," he whispered. "It was a mistake. Please, forgive me." A mistake. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. This wasn't a mistake. This was a calculated betrayal. I looked from his pathetic face to her triumphant one, and I felt something inside me just die. I remembered all the times Benita had gushed about my life. How she'd always say, "Bela, you're so lucky to marry a white man." They love their wives so deeply. I was so naive. I didn't realize she was secretly planning to taste that love for herself. She wanted my rich, white husband, and she had been plotting to snatch him all along. My anger flared again, turning back to Jackson. How could you do this to me? After everything we've been through, after I just gave birth to your child, after the surgery, the pain, everything I endured for us, for our family. He just kept his head down, drowning in shame. But Benita wasn't finished with me. She stood up boldly, letting the bedsheet fall to the floor without a care in the world. "Bela, stop acting like you're the victim here," she sneered. "You've been denying Jackson what he needs for months. You can't satisfy him. Did you really think a man like him would go without any bedroom action for 3 months? Just because you had surgery?" My jaw dropped. The audacity, the cruelty of her words hit me like a physical blow. She was talking as if she had every right to be with my husband. "Benita, you are evil," I screamed, my voice hoarse. "You came into my home to destroy it. You pretended to care about me, about my baby. But all this time you were just waiting for your chance to ruin my marriage. She let out a soft, chilling laugh and shook her head. Bela, open your eyes, she said, taking a step closer to me, her confidence radiating off her. You married a man you can't handle. You can't even let him touch you because of your precious surgery. I just gave him what he was begging for. With all the strength I had left, I slapped her hard across the face. But she didn't even flinch. She just stood there, that horrifying smile returning to her lips. Jackson rushed forward and tried to hold me back. Please, Bela, don't make this worse, he pleaded weakly. I shoved him away from me with disgust. Don't you dare touch me, I shouted. You both disgust me. I turned my fury back to Benita, my whole body shaking. Pack your things and get out of my house right now, I screamed at the top of my lungs. But she didn't move. She simply folded her arms across her chest and looked at me with an expression of pure, unadulterated pride. I'm not going anywhere, Bela, she said calmly. In fact, you might be the one leaving soon. Her tone was so cold, so final. There wasn't a trace of remorse in her eyes, only arrogance and victory. And then, she delivered the final blow, the words that shattered the last remaining fragments of my soul. She looked past me, directly at Jackson, her voice filled with triumph. I'm already pregnant. Jackson, she announced, your husband is mine now, and there's nothing you can do about it. Come on, honey, let's go back to what we were doing. I've always wanted to marry a white man. My world stopped. The air left my lungs. Pregnant. For my husband. In my house, I just stood there, weak and trembling, staring at the two people who had just obliterated my life. Benita came to my home to help me take care of my newborn baby after my C-section, but instead, she stole my husband and is now carrying his child. What happens next? Make sure you resubscribed so you don't miss episode 2.